I'm Rachel and this is Sarah from 7 and All, and today we're going to be talking about what a typical day of 10th grade homeschool looks like. So if you're interested in homeschool high school and what that really looks like, keep watching. Alright, if you're new to this channel, let me just introduce ourselves a little bit. I was raised homeschooled myself. This is one of my youngest sisters, and she is in high school homeschool right now. Our family has been homeschooling for more than 25 years at this point, so you could say, we're fairly committed to the lifestyle. And she's appeared in some of my videos before, and I got her in today to do another video with me because this has actually been requested that we talk a little bit about just realistically what does a day in the life of homeschool high school looks like. And Sarah is in 10th grade. I would say that her personality or educational style is kind of on the studious side. You never really have to argue with her to make her do her schoolwork or anything like that. So that's nice. That's that's what you want in a student, is someone who genuinely likes learning. A little bit nerdy, a little bit like me. So I'm gonna appreciate that. So I'm gonna be talking to her, and we're also gonna be showing some kind of glimpses of the day, because we did do, today's a Saturday, but we did some filming yesterday of her throughout the day. So we'll kind of put in some action shots here and there as we talk about it. Okay, so you wake up and it's a school day. What do you do?
Well, after I wake up, I eat breakfast and I get dressed and ready for the day. And then there are 3 subjects I do with my mom, which would be geometry, marine biology, and SAT prep.
So you do your math and your science then with mom, and SAT prep. And about what time do you start the subjects with mom? Is there, do you know around what time that starts?
From 8 to 8:30.
Okay, around 8 to 8:30. And that's your time with her. So those are kind of
Yes.
the subjects that she needs to be more involved with, the more advanced subjects. All right, and you are in the middle of geometry? Or
Yeah, in the middle.
around in the middle of geometry, okay. In the middle of geometry, you're getting close to the end of marine biology and about to start chemistry.
Yes.
But so she's most involved in the math and science, and you guys do that first in the day because she's going to be spending mom's going to be spending the rest of her day doing more like her work, her job, and other things. So you get your time with her first thing in the morning.
We get it done, and then she can go do her stuff.
Okay. And then you can just continue. So you have your time with mom, and then after that, what do you do?
Then I do self-study of language arts, which we use several different books for that.
Okay. And
usually then you would come down.
okay. Well, I thought you had some math that you do on your own.
Oh, I
as
do
well.
have some math. I have 2 algebra books, which I've already done advanced algebra, but my mom wants me to review my algebras just so it's really solid.
Staying fresh. So since geometry and algebra are they're very different topics
Yes.
within math. They're very, very different. So, and since you are getting close to that SAT standardized test, college entrance test, she's having you do both throughout the year to just really keep your skills fresh so that you're not having later to be, oh man, I need to review a lot of algebra.
Yeah.
Which do you prefer, by the way, geometry or algebra?
Algebra, definitely.
Algebra, okay. Now we have a definite winner on the math. Okay, so after your time with mom is independent math and independent language arts. Just working through the different books and resources that you have, just in a kind of you do the next thing in the book.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're saying I come down typically, and that's usually around 11 in the morning.
Yeah.
Roughly 11-ish, and what do we do together?
And we have Chinese class, which is one of my favorite classes.
So we'll do Chinese, and right now we are reading through a little storybook of Mulan, the traditional legend of Mulan, and that's been pretty challenging.
Learning a lot of new characters.
Learning a lot of new words.
Referring to the army and drafting.
Yeah, military and emperor. Yeah, we learned the word for draft in Chinese. That was not part of my vocabulary before. So that's something we do together around that time. And usually also around that time I'll read storybooks to Cassidy, our youngest sister. So then during that, you take a break from school and just play with Cyrus and Glenn, my little boys. So
yeah, we play with Cyrus and Glenn. Also, we're into multitasking, so at the same time trying to make lunch.
Or switch a load of laundry.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you've got a homeschool high schooler, their whole day is not just school, obviously, but that's probably the biggest interruption in your day is when I show up with my wild little toddlers. We'll do some Chinese, learn some stuff, and then you'll spend some time taking care of them so that I can read stories to Cassidy, and we'll do our morning time with her together, which I do have a video coming out on that. Either, I don't know what order these are coming out in, but it's around this time. And then lunch.
Lunch, yes.
And then lunch.
Which ranges from French toast to stir fry.
Yeah, or fried rice.
Yeah.
Or could be anything. A lot of times these days, Mom is making lunch, but sometimes you get involved. Sometimes I get involved.
It depends on
who has hands.
The babies are in. Sometimes they really like Mom. Sometimes they really like me.
Sometimes they are stuck to me. But yeah, so somebody gets lunch done sometime in there. Eat lunch. After lunch, then you and your boys would go upstairs. Go home to our house. Yeah. And then it's back to peace and quiet. Then it goes back to peace and quiet. And what do you do for the afternoon?
So for the afternoon, I would do some extra Chinese because what I do with you is just a basic class. So when I'm on my own, sometimes I watch some videos or listen to podcasts. I also have Rosetta Stone.
What's the podcast that you listen to in Chinese?
Pop-up Chinese.
Pop-up Chinese, yes. I was trying to remember the name. It's really good. I told her about it and then I forgot the name.
Yeah, it really helps with sentence structure building.
And conversational Chinese.
And I'd also work on copying out my characters. So that can take, I try to get an hour a day in on language study. And then I have computer work, which would be more SAT prep on Khan Academy. My mom likes me to be really prepared.
Very well prepared.
Yes. And just some typing practice. Sometimes I have to write papers for school. And after that, it's getting to the afternoon, once you feel a little bit more drained, then I'd start on sunlight since it's not the hardest subject in the world.
Now listen to what she just said, folks. And this is a world in which sunlight is your relaxing subject of the day, which it is.
Yeah.
You get to sit in bed and just read good books. You're doing U.S. history.
Yeah, U.S. history in depth, which is really interesting. I've really been liking it.
Okay, and so you've got a couple books to read for that each day, and that pretty much wraps up your school day with sunlight?
Pretty much. After that, sometimes if I still have energy, I'll practice piano or do a little bit more Chinese practice since I'm really trying to become more fluent. But yeah, that pretty much would end the day.
Okay, so summing it up, what does a 9th grade day look like? You start out with some math and science with Mom, then you go on to just independent, doing language arts and some math review. Then you do your foreign language with me, foreign language Chinese, then after lunch. So that's all done in the morning. After lunch, you'll do your foreign language independent work, and you'll do your history, Bible, literature through sunlight, and wrap it up with your elective of learning to play the piano at the end of the day. And of course, during that, switching laundry once in a while, watching your nephews once in a while,
marinating
chicken for dinner.
It was actually yesterday. It was really funny because my mom was trying out this new recipe. She had never made it before, but she had to get on a meeting for work. So I had gone into the kitchen to get a cup of water, and she just handed me this giant tub of Greek yogurt, and she was like, "Put this in the chicken and put a lot of spices in and make spicy chicken." as I've never made this before. Neither have you. I don't know how to do that.
How was dinner?
It was really good, actually.
Okay, we highly recommend. Marinate, you're also getting a recipe, sort of, in this video too. Marinate your chicken in yogurt and a bunch of spices.
Yeah.
And it's really good. But that is also part of homeschool, you know. Hey, hand your high schoolers some unspecified ingredients and say, make this recipe that none of us have ever made before. And was there a recipe?
There was no recipe.
There was no recipe.
It was just like probably 3 big spoonfuls of Greek yogurt, then some chili powder and some turmeric and other herbs,
and
then mix the chicken into it and put it in the fridge.
All right, and it ended up being a good dinner. This is true, real-life homeschool. I hope it was helpful to take a look into what a day of high school homeschool really looks like, and get some glimpses just on talking through, trying to wrap your mind around what it is, because a lot of people don't homeschool through high school. But she is our family's 7th homeschooled high schooler so far, and we obviously kind of really like it. All right. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up and stick around so that you can subscribe to this channel. You can see a whole lot more because I love talking homeschool. And I will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.